Ddim yn hir, by the way, it's just sgwennu mawr. This isn't long, just big writing. Reit, cynta, diolch I bawb, croeso I Abergele. Thank you all for coming and welcome to Abergele on our 50th anniversary. Pan nath John Jenkins ofyn I fi pam oedd neb yn cofio Boys Abergele, oedd gen I ddim ateb iddo fo. Penderfynu wneud rhywbeth, a dyma ni. When John Jenkins asked me, why doesn't anyone do anything for the Abergele Martars anymore? I didn't have an answer for him. It's just one of those things that had lapsed in time. So we decided to do something about it, and here we are on the 50th anniversary. The year after he asked me to do something, we started the very first one. I think it might have been the one before the 49th anniversary, and I'm sure the Liverpool lads will agree with me, we did the one before the 49th. I've been to put flowers on George Saylor's grave when one of the locals challenged me, and I honestly thought, here we go, because contentious issue. But I was very surprised when she asked me, why did you stop? I thought personally I didn't stop, but why did you stop? But this showed me that contrary to belief, not everyone was against remembering this sensitive piece of Welsh history. But before I continue on to the Abergele, I'd like to say some thanks. This is very important. I'd like to diolch all Cambria Band members, past and present, because without those of you that were there at the beginning, and those that are here now, there would be no Abergele parade, we just wouldn't do it. So diolch fawr iawn. I'd like to thank Gyrwyl Mahargath. I'd like to thank all the Liverpool Irish Patriots and their flute band. Sadly, the whole band can't be here today, but I can see some of the crew are still here. And you've been our comrades in step since that day. And it's in our calon, in our hearts, that's very important to us. So diolch fawr iawn to the Liverpool Irish Patriots. Also to a bit of strength in their arm, and one of the key movers in Liverpool, the James Larkin Society. Diolch fawr iawn you guys for helping us and for advising us and pushing us along all the years as well. Thank you very much. Diolch fawr iawn, thank you very much to all the locals and the pubs. I actually heard cheers and claps as we were coming along there. We've come a long way since that first year when it was sort of booze and cheers. So, and the pubs have always welcomed us. I mean, obviously it's in their interest as well, but they don't have to. They don't have to welcome you in. So, diolch fawr iawn. Thank you very much to the pubs that have always made us, give us a croeso in their town. Diolch to all the helpers that have marshalled. Tricky job, stopping the car. That's a very busy junction over there. Diolch fawr iawn to all the marshals. Everyone who's made the wreath. Anyone who's made butties, all that kind of stuff in the past. Diolch fawr iawn. Big thanks to all those. Even watching the PE and stuff. I'd like to thank Heddlu Gogledd Cymru, the North Wales Police. Oh no, honestly I would. I know they had the bomb scare this morning. Everyone thought I'd gone and planted a bomb last night. It wasn't, they came so it was a plaque. But we've come a long way since the very first parade. That was something else. There were riot police hiding in Black Mariah's. The actual football hooligan video unit was out filming every single attendee. There were snipers on the church roof. The police helicopter was hovering so low you could hardly hear the speeches. That's true, that. Some of my Irish friends said this was like being in Bobby Sands' funeral. It was that intense. Yeah. Obviously we've come a long way since then, and things have mellowed and we've come together, and now they support us. So diolch fawr iawn to those. Right, I'd like to take us back to why we remember Abergele. What happened here that night in 1969 was a culmination of what started in 1963. The lads, and I'm pleased to see we've got Noah here today, Owen Gwynedd is here today, who started the direct action against the flooding of Abergele. They did it to stand up against the actions of a bully boy state. because of political impotence. There were people so fed up because not one of their country's politicians had voted for the drowning of Abergele. Yet the vote was passed anyway. And it was passed at great ease to allow it to happen. This obviously makes you feel helpless. Aberfan happened, with over 100 children and their teachers dying in a terrible way. But no action was taken against the National Coal Board. Nothing from the government, despite warnings that the slag heaps weren't safe. This showed our people that things are not equal in the great scheme of things. Obviously, since that campaign, we've made progress. A Welsh minister was appointed. Years later, we voted for the Welsh Assembly and now to Welsh Government. We must always be on our guard, and in memory of these men, we must always ask, are our politicians doing enough for our country? In fact, not long ago, our politicians just gave away some of our powers post-Brexit to Westminster. This is exactly the kind of backward step we don't want. I'm preaching to the converted here, but you must go and educate others. There are hundreds of internet trolls out there that are actually paid to influence current affairs, and it's really easy to do. So we have to counter all that. We must all do our bit to protect our very being. Our Welsh and Wales will just be words our kids and grandkids will use to describe the people who used to be once upon a time. I'd like to call Noel, Gwynedd, Owain, Williams, Mac, number 1, to unveil the plaque today. Let's go now. A round of applause, Owain Williams.
Oce, iawn? Thank you, Diolch fawr i Adam. Thanks Adam for organising this march today. And it's a great honour, which I didn't expect. And also I didn't know that somebody had got to get this plaque. About time, 50 years on, at least we have got a plaque to the two heroes of Wales, of latter-day Wales. Because you're very short on heroes here compared to Ireland and other countries. You've got your heroes there, and you respect your heroes. Here, they do not respect their heroes. These two people who gave their lives for Wales, they're not recognised by the vast majority of so-called nationalists, lukewarm nationalists. They throw it under the carpet, and they don't want to hear this bad news. They don't want to hear this to tarnish their image. Absolutely, whatever you want to call it. Dwi'n diolchgar dros ben i Adam am drefnu yma Abergele. Diolch mawr i chi i gyd am ddod yma yn y bandiau creu o'r awyrgylch arbennig yma. Thanks to the bands and everybody else involved for creating this great atmosphere. There's not many here, but then again, the few sometimes do a lot. They did in Ireland in 1916. There was only a handful of people there when they started the revolution. And the same thing happened in Ireland. The people there slapped on their bodies, martyred leaders, until they were executed by the English government. Sorry, British government, in brackets. And then after that, things changed completely. I don't know when things are going to change in Wales, to be honest with you. I don't have much faith in our politicians who are sent to Westminster and even Cardiff Bay. They're there to fill their pockets. They're there to get richer. They're not there for Wales, unfortunately. That is not. Now then, somebody rang me yesterday morning, I think it was, from the BBC Radio Cymru, Radio Wales, and asked me to have a comments. What did I remember about the investiture after 50 years? Well, I told them the investiture, as far as I'm concerned, is something to forget, and not something we remember. I told him, I remember Alwyn Jones and George Taylor. and all the others who stood up. A few stood. I don't remember a guy who came from a foreign country as a foreign prince to be regarded and recognised as a prince of Wales. And that's the way I look at it. And that's the way we should. And there's still people they told me there was a survey made, he said recently, and said 46% of people in Wales, and I think it was nearly 800,000 who have moved into here to live, by the way, in the last 40 years. The survey said 46% wanted another ceremony, and only 34% were against it. So he said you can make anything like out of statistics. When you ask the questions, and you know the answer before you ask them. So, to hell with that, I think. Anyway, mae siarad mwy ag i ni gael y fraint yna o dador gael plac. So it's not everybody, you know, to unveil this plaque for in memory of. Yeah, it's about time, but I'm very grateful to the ones who have funded to get this plaque here, and even to get it in Abergele was a bit of a job, I would imagine, knowing some of the people who lived here by now. It's great to look at it, you know, and I remember Alwyn as a young man, 21 years old, when he lost his life, and he was married, Jamaican girl was his wife, and they had a little baby girl, she's only 4 months old when he died, which means today just called Tracy, and she'd be 50 today, or this year she's 50 years old. And now George Taylor, I remember George as well, he had I think 3 children at the time, aged from 4 to 10 or 11 years old. And unfortunately I've lost touch with all the families over the years, and I wish somehow we, you know, rekindle the spirit that was at that time, and who knows what happened. But from now on I think we should intensify efforts to publicise the rally in Abergele and have more people attending. I did see one time about 150 people turned up at one time, which was quite a good turnout. And as I said, thanks to the few who have come, and thanks to some kids as well. Thank you the parents for bringing their kids along to this occasion. And diolch yn fawr iawn I chi gyd. Thank you very much all of you.
Diolch yn fawr. Right. Mae gen no blodau reid, ond cyn i reid blodau, before we do the flowers, we've got 2 wreaths here. I've got someone here who was taught drums by John Jenkins. I'd like to call Roy Bird forward, please, wherever he is. Where's Roy? And this man has been fighting the good fight for most of his life. He campaigned for Plaid in the days of Gwyfor Evans and protested and did direct action. He and Anita were a formidable force. Croeso mawr, the ever so short but ever so lovely Phil Venables. Where is he?